Alright, I am making a video on my M&P 40 shield. As you can see, nothing in the clip. There's no clip in it. Weapon is clear. What I'm doing, I'm adding the shield aluminum action enhancement trigger. It's a red anodized trigger. Looks really good. I guess the action's a lot better on it. I'm adding the M&P shield duty carry kit. I got the Handleit grips, and I've also got the SS guide rods. It's a one-piece stainless steel guide rod, and I think the spring adds another pound in the spring. We'll go over it, and I've heard really good reviews on all the Apex stuff, the carry kit. There was a guy on YouTube saying that his shield shoots more like a 1911 now, so we will see how it goes. Alright, so I guess the first part of this whole spiel that I'm going to do is put on these Handleit grips. Be the easiest part of the process, I think. It says in the instructions that you want to clean it with alcohol. So what I did is I went ahead and got another alcohol wipe, because all it comes with is one alcohol wipe. And I cleaned it with this one first, where the grip would be placed, all the glue and everything. And then I went over it with the alcohol swab that they provided, and it's actually still pretty dirty. So you really want to get that part clean, you know, on the handle, on the clip, this little part on the clip where your pinky sits. They also say when you're cleaning the gun, in the instructions it says don't get any solvents on it, because that is it'll peel back the grips. And the last part of the instructions, you're supposed to put them on there, press them firmly against the grip, and then get a hair dryer, paying special attention to the edges, which would be, you know, the first place that everything comes off. So let's go and get started, and then I'll show you guys the outcome. Alright, so I just put these Handleit grips on. A little bit off there on the circle. The rear part, it's kind of sketchy, kind of overlaps the grip on the right side. Grip on the right side is squared up, nice and neat. I might just take this back grip off because it looks kind of crappy, but we'll see how it shoots and how it feels on my hand. It feels a lot nicer now that it's a little bit wider, and actually makes a lot of difference. So what I did to put this this main grip on is start on this side, and I actually got the backing, and I unpeeled half of it and then cut half of it, put it on there nice and neat. But whenever I went around, it didn't quite line up right. I blow dried the piss out of it, and we'll see how it holds up. Not too bad though, and it feels a lot better. Alright, next thing I'm going to do, pretty self-explanatory, just exchanging the guide rod. Okay, you just press down a little, pops right out. Okay, the difference of these two guide rods, this is ssguiderods.com. Okay, you can see the difference here. This is the original guide rod stock piece, two-part. This little end piece here on the guide rod, it's kind of a little more flimsy. I've actually had it bend a little bit on me. This guy's a lot more sturdy, a lot more thick. It's one piece, and you can do the research on it on these SS guide rods. I'm pretty sure that the spring is a little bit heavier, so I guess that would need a little bit less recoil maybe. I can't remember if this spring was a little bit heavier, or I bought my wife a guide rod from the same company for her little 380 Colt. So yep, just put it right in. Pops right in. little bit of difference from the front of the guide rods there. You got a little, what is it, hex key or some crap in the front there. I guess it looks a little better. I don't know. But we'll send some rounds down range and see how it shoots. All right, here we go. We're going to be installing the Apex Duty Carry Kit now and the aluminum action enhancement trigger. Some of the tools you'll need is a hammer for the rear sights. I got this pick. If I have any trouble with the springs or anything like that. Going to need a 16th inch Allen key and 1/8 inch punch for the roll pins. Okay, and it comes with the trigger, all the springs, everything you need here. I see the weapon is clear. Let me switch hands here. So, and what we're actually doing with this kit, so the trigger pull, you can see it here, kind of gritty. There's a lot of play in there. And it's a 8-pound trigger on the Shield 40. Reduce a lot of that, reduce a lot of the grittiness, and also it's a 1-piece trigger instead of this 2-piece here. So let's get started. All right, we got your final product here. Pretty much all you had to do was pop out these pins with your 1/8 inch punch there. Okay, and then you also had another smaller pin in your trigger here, and that was, oh, what size is this? 1/16 inch punch that I had to use on that one. Really the only difficulty I had was getting this pin right here back in, because the trigger and the trigger bar, that one pin goes through there, and it's a little tough to get in. You use these little guide rods, these green guide rods, put that in there, and then pop in your pin here through the guide rod, through the trigger bar. The other difficulty I had was getting the trigger bar back into the sear housing block here. That was kind of a pain, and what you had to do was, when the sear housing block is out, you have to put it in at kind of an angle, pick it back up, and put it back in kind of carefully. There's the final product, and we'll put it together and see what it does. Alright, we got to put it back together. Everything went in nicely. I went ahead and pulled it back, and it feels a lot more smooth than it did already, just pulling back. We try the trigger out. It's not as nasty sound as the other one, doesn't feel as gritty. A lot lighter. Whole lot lighter. Feels a lot better. So there it is. That is M&P 40 Shield, the Apex aluminum action enhancement trigger, and the M&P Shield Duty Carry Kit with the Handleit grips.